It says Sleepy Bear Games just posted a video. Yeah, of course. It's kind of fun how that happens, right?
It's live.
We are live. It's a live video.
We're live. Can you hear the dolphins cry?
What
Narwhal.
the sound of a dolphin? What does the
Narwhals.
sound of a dolphin crying do?
Narwhals.
It
Narwhals.
awakens baby gremlins for miles.
Narwhals. Narwhals.
I gotta go into the tubes here.
Yeah, I've got my live chat set up as well, and ready to go on that.
Ready to go, boys. Subscriptions.
So welcome in everybody to Bears and Chairs. This is our monthly podcast that we do here on Sleepy Bear Games. It's just something that gets everybody interacting and is more of a thing for COVID. That we're COVID compliant because everybody's got like their Zoom meetings and their chats and windows and everything like that. That's like I'm doing Pardon the Interruption, right?
You can't do that on television.
That was the SpongeBob hand. Going on through to the SpongeBob hand.
Virus.
Beers.
The virus is very, very mysterious.
Vermis.
That damn verse.
I'm very mysterious when I'm inside you.
Lord Verus.
Watch this.
So everybody's weekend's been good, right? I mean, we just saw each other yesterday, so it has to be good. I would think, right?
That could have been better. This dude came over, ate all our chicken.
Dude or dudes? Because there's a lot of chicken. A lot of chicken.
Man, it was only like 6 pounds of chicken. It wasn't that.
But not...
We told this guy to bring some finger appetizers, and he came bring a crushed box of apples. Sorry, I opened it on the way. I got hungry.
Just snuck the apples on the rear dashboard and just been like, okay, here you go. Here's my cream cheese. Cream cheese on the wheel. Oh, what's that white stuff? Don't worry about it.
You guys want to talk about cream? I got the cream.
Here's your man.
Supreme.
Here's your son.
Here's your ma'am.
Here's your ma'am. Here's your mammaries.
Thanks. Oh, God.
Thanks
for
for
the memories. Thanks for the memories. Da, da,
I was like, oh my God, no. Don't sing it. I went too far. Too far. What in the...
I mean, when you sang it, you just triggered the entire, chat window, so... at that point, you gotta finish it.
What?
What?
No, I'm saying when you sang, you like pretty much triggered a reaction out of people, so you had to finish it at that point, right?
Oh, that's not
Or at
true.
least,
I mean,
at least I finished it.
does she always let you finish?
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Indubitably.
So what do you guys want to talk about first?
This is our first. Well, it's our second episode here, but it's our first one in the world of next gen.
Next generation is here.
It's here, bringing Spider-Man to you for at least 35 minutes.
The first 22 minutes of Miles Morales.
Here's the first 22 minutes of Miles Morales. Hey, that's like half the game. Cool. Like, why even... Just release it as a DLC.
Yeah, it should be like an expansion type thing for Miles Morales, but I guess you're getting a next-gen Spider-Man game. What you're sort of not, because it's also available on PS4.
Yeah. It's like, welcome to get your next-gen console today, where you can play the games you have now, up-res, because we haven't made a whole bunch of games for the next one yet.
And then it's like, oh wait, the one game that's truly next-gen is actually a remake of a PS3 game in Demon Souls. Granted, it's a really good remake, but not exactly.
It still rings
title.
true that the best thing you can say about the next gen is the remake of a PS3 game. Like that's the highlight right now.
Here's your highlight.
Here's your highlight.
Aside from that, it's things like playing or Xbox Series X, like playing Forza Horizon 4 and having like no load times. Oh, you want to go over here? You're over here. No, I'm over here. You're like the squiggly thing in Peter's eye.
You're the twinkle in the old man's eye? That's me planning my escape.
And it's like trying to catch that squiggly thing in your eye. Oh, no, I'm over here. No, I'm over here.
So if you were to describe next gen as it is right now, it's the squiggly thing in Peter's eye.
Now I'm over here. Now I'm over here.
I don't even see the big deal about it coming out. I mean,
it's not a big deal for at least another year.
No.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just early adopters. If you have the money to waste.
Early adopters and fleecers. Just going to buy a new console and then we're going to fleece them.
Yeah, just like Old Navy.
Old Navy performance fleece. Oh yeah, I saw one on Facebook Marketplace for like $1,000. I was just saying to myself, nope, not interested. Who would buy this thing anyway?
People will
for this price.
For the holidays. Oh, I gotta get my PS5 for the holidays. Boy, I'm gonna be all up in that Call of Duty like you don't even know. I'm very mysterious.
Furious.
That's we just watched the episode where Peter gets liposuction, and it's
That makes sense.
Cleveland's cousin's like, I'm very mysterious woman inside you. I'm very mysterious.
He came back in an episode on the Cleveland show in the first season.
Cleveland show was a good show.
Question though, whatever happened to Cleveland Jr.? I'm Pele.
He got
He
fat.
got fat.
Oh, he got fat. That was him?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I never actually watched a single episode of the Cleveland show, so I was like, okay.
And they don't just like leave it at that. Like they don't just like, here's a new show. By the way, he's fat now. Like they do like semi-address it.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, how'd you get so fat? Ha 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 ha.
I think it got tied to him developing an eating disorder after Loretta flew the coop.
Something like that.
Long-term storytelling in a primetime network cartoon. What a novelty concept.
If only.
Like the squiggly thing in Peter's eye.
I mean, that's the true hero of the tale.
Yes. Next gen in a nutshell. Next gen in Peter's eye. In a pig's eye. A sty. No, wait. We'll be comfortable. What Disney movie was that if we're going by our Disney trivia from last night?
What?
Huh?
I just quoted Snow White. Sorry.
A pig's
It was
eye.
like in a pig's eye, a sty. Oh, I mean, we'll be comfortable, Doc. After Grumpy threw him for a loop.
Glad you know that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I don't know shit.
I don't know what you're freaking talking about.
But I do know that Popeye is a real movie.
Yeah.
It is. I never knew it was a Disney movie. I was like, wait, what?
Well, I mean, it said he was a sailor. What?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's Popeye. That's what he did.
He's a sailor, man. It's in the fucking song.
Well, we're getting really close. Does anyone know what day the Video Game Awards is supposed to go on and how they're doing it? I'm sure it's digital.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be digital. I'm thinking, well, I don't know. The Oscars were, They were kind of in person, but I mean, with the video game awards, they usually happen early December.
Yes. Not that far away.
No, not at all. And what kind of announcements are we going to be hearing about the video game awards? Jesus.
Well, you have the potential of Injustice 3, because that's where MK11 got announced.
With good old 21 Savage. December 10th, 2020 is when the Game Awards take place. So 12, 10, 20. Almost sounds like an old 10, 10, 3, 2, 1 number or whatever the hell they used to have back in the 90s to make long-distance phone calls. Of course, I remember when it used to only be 110. Now they put 2 10s in. I was like, man, you're getting all fancy here.
Oh, you fancy. Oh, bitch.
I'm just going to wait till January 1st, 2030. So when Ray has to write the abbreviated date, it's 1130. And he's going to go, there's no 2!
None whatsoever. There's no 2. Or there is 2. In terms of 2 Triceratops.
Nope, you'll still do it. There's no 2.
Been 10 years since I've seen a 2.
Would I sound like Barney Fife if I did it?
You could.
Live sound check. Even though I already did some, I just want to, kind of.
Oh my god! If you sound check us one more fucking time,
I just did. It's over.
He just wants to make sure you don't have sound COVID.
Yeah, no sound, no sound corona. He's got the sound rona. I ain't doing that. That's over. That's so 2000 and late.
You still
no
do it, you bitch.
There's no 2 in that one either.
There's no 2.
But there is 3. And there is a Game Awards for a next gen and everything like that. So you're thinking Injustice 3 is going to get announced, Tang?
I think it's a potential. 50-50.
I mean, has MK11 finished releasing all their content, though? I mean, in terms
yes,
of... I know
Ultimate's coming out, so now you can go buy it, you cheap piece of shit.
Get all the DLC all in one package. All right, sucky now.
Oh, sucky, yo, pee.
I made that comment because you said you're going to buy it with Tang here, and you changed your mind when it came out.
Yeah, I bought 2 copies so I'd have one in PlayStation because I knew Ray would play on it.
Yeah.
Would
That's
only
funny.
have that.
That's a dick move, you dick.
Yeah. Is it not cross-gen. Is it cross-play in terms of, in compatibility so you can use the PC version?
Is it cross-play now? I don't know. Honestly. I know things are heading cross-play, but do I know if that one is? No. It's been a while. I actually have 3 versions of MK11.
What's the third one? Xbox?
Which?
I have the Switch one too.
There's a Switch version of MK11. How does that run? I'm interested in... I mean, it's probably, I guess less skin textures.
Yeah,
I can see it.
It runs, but it's not like high def at all.
I can see Scorpion's skin.
You don't need to sound so sexy.
But if there's one thing that WCW NWO Revenge tells you is that it's not all about how it looks.
No, just like my potential Game of the Year winner for the VGAs. I think Among Us might take Game of the Year because that thing is just taking off like gangbusters.
I never played,
and that game doesn't
look
really good at all.
Gangbusters or Among Us.
Is there a game called Gangbusters? Because that would sell like gangbusters.
I mean, it would have to. No matter what it did. Oh, it's selling gangbusters. Or, it's selling like gangbusters. It could be very different things.
But yeah, you just heard my game of the year. I kind of jumped the gun on that game of the year prediction for the VGAs, and I was thinking, yeah, Among Us, just because of the amount of memes that it spawned, the amount of content that it spawned, and the fact that a politician actually played it, used it to get out like the message to vote. It's like, man, this game had power in 2020, and people are using it like crazy.
I don't know. I don't think it's
I
AAA
disagree.
enough. I don't think AAA enough to get that vote. And you got to think,
I mean,
like, 2020 has... January through March feels like a very, very long time ago.
A huge long time ago.
Like, more so than usual, because it was a whole different world.
Mm-hmm. A whole different world where we could go outside and play.
Yeah.
In fact, it was so far long ago, I don't even remember, like, what came out between January and March.
Last of Us 2.
RE2.
Didn't the... RE2 came out 2019. RE3 came out right when COVID happened.
Okay, so it was RE3.
Yeah, because it was kind of funny, too, because you look at, like, all the images of, like, you know, doctors and hospitals and viral contagions and the fact that things are spreading in a pandemic, and you're just like, whoa, this thing is now timingly inappropriate, but not their fault. Talking about a 20-year-old game, guys. So it's like they remade it and they launched it right in the middle of a pandemic because that was their launch window, and they got it, and it was just like, okay, well, now we got to actually release this thing, even though people are now getting a... It has a different meaning playing it in April of 2020.
April O'Neil.
April seems like it was a long time ago.
That's because it was.
Mm-hmm. Like literally 7 months ago.
To the day.
To this day, April was
I'll
7
just
months
look at
ago.
The heck?
But RE3 won't win Game of the Year because it just had too many nagging issues that people were just like, so much cut content from the game and, you know, different things about it. It was good. I didn't mind it, but I was like, could have used a little bit more time in the oven. Especially since I was still kind of, you know, hyped about RE2 remake and still had the riding the wave of that. I just thought that they released it way too early.
PC Monster Hunter World Iceborne came out in January. Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. January.
Don't remind Nags.
Game of the Year.
That was DLC. It was.
Yeah,
it was to remind you that there were Square characters in it.
Yeah, just to remind you about
Hey,
that. And
this game used to be. It won the hearts of everybody because of its Square characters.
And
Just
based
to
off the
remind
news that
you.
dropped- Remind, but actually it could also be Quentin Flynn's last performance as Axel if you saw that news today, Jeremy.
I did not, because I don't pay attention to anything.
The voice of Axel now has allegations against him.
Did he have it memorized?
It's like,
Too soon.
Here's my number. Here's my number, girl. Got it memorized? Seriously, got it memorized? No, do you really have it memorized? Seriously, you're making me mad. You got it memorized?
He's got it memorized.
Also, welcome everybody in that's watching right now. This is Bears and Chairs on Sleepy Bear Games. It's a monthly podcast that we do. We're just talking about the world of games and just, you know, shitting around and doing what to take them down, doing whatever we want to talk about what we want to talk about.
So what did he do? Without
Literally,
going into without going into
detail.
major detail, you freak.
Okay, so apparently somebody like dropped like a bunch of text messages that he sent, which were very inappropriate, very harassing, and very demanding. And the even more damning thing is that there are actual audio files of him actually trying to proposition a fan into doing something for him. And I will leave it at that.
Oh, he wants the Blumpkin.
Did she
Pretty
offer
much.
it?
Yeah, that's gotta wait for the. I'm afraid the jury is still out on that one, but you know what it is in these times. The freaking news just travels like COVID. It just goes everywhere. So
Here's another one you gotta watch out for. Ori and the Will of the Wisps was this year.
that actually
Yeah.
that I just remembered that one. That one might actually be a good top contender about Game of the Year. Iceborne for Monster Hunter World would be a good candidate for up there, even though it's more like an expansion. I don't know if you actually would call that a game.
Well, it came out last year on PS4. It didn't come out to PC till January.
Oh, because PS4 gets everything first nowadays. Got it.
Doom Eternal came out in March, and that's
That
been
one's
huge.
up there. That one's up there. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Just now that we're remembering things pre-April. And sunnier times.
Oh, guess what else came out this year? And Ray's calling Among Us. Fucking Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Well, I know that. I know that. You guys mentioned it, not me. It is my personal game of the year, but I don't think it's going to win game of the year for the VGAs.
Really?
Just
I
because-
think it's AAA enough, and this
It
nostalgia.
is AAA enough.
I
But
don't
I
think
thought-
you should have put Among Us just because of its impact on society.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could see them creating some kind of new, like, oh, art as a statement, games that change the world. Here's a new fucking award we just made up because of you.
Yeah,
Thanks, Among Us.
it
Thanks
is.
for being you.
That's what the award's called. It's called Among Us.
I don't know. It seems pretty sus. Which is short for
Look at-
suspect,
look at-
which they use
look
a
at-
lot.
Look at Ray trying to use new lingo like he's cool.
I try to be hip. Cowabunga, dudes. I want to be with it, getting jiggy with it.
Hey, I've got the 411.
I thought that was dorky when that first came out. I was like, really? Don't ever use that in a sentence.
Make it a libelous sentence.
Nah. I just I feel like in terms of like FF7 remake, it's my personal game of the year. That's because, you know, rose tinted glasses and, you know, FF7 hype, and even after it wore off, I was still loving the game, but there are things about that game that people might discredit it for game of the year material, like the texture issues for Unreal Engine that are happening in the game, or the fact that a lot of people say it's not the full game, it's not the full package. How can you award a game of the year when it's only a part? You know, certain things like that I think will discredit it. And I think it's got some stiff competition in The Last of Us Part 2,
It's not
and
the full patch.
it's not the full Jareth.
Yeah.
Ray being the only one here out of the three of us has actually played it.
Mm-hmm.
I played it for like a hot minute and got bored. I'm sorry, buddy.
What, 7?
That's all good.
7R?
Yep. It's probably because I've watched you play it so many times. It's not even fun.
Yeah, I know. It's like you watch it enough, and it's just like, okay, well, now I don't have to play it. I did that with the first Assassin's Creed, where I just watched somebody play it, and I'm like, okay, this is... I could see myself getting bored playing this, but I'm kind of interested in playing it, and now it's all good. It's like watching certain fighting games, and I just see them in action, and I'm just like, okay, it's cool. I don't need to play it now. And then there's other things that I look at, like I said, Among Us. I watched so many people play Among Us that I was just like, all right, it's all good. Plus, nobody I know plays the game, so it's all about being the multiplayer. It's like, who's the mafia type thing. You're trying to, like, deceive people to think that it's you or it's not you who is the sus.
It's basically just that stupid game on Jack in the Box.
Pretty much.
So I don't see what
Hey,
I don't see what the big deal about it is. I really don't.
maybe that could be game of the year for everybody, is Jackbox party games, because that's what everybody played during lockdown, so we could actually have like Zoom calls and play multiplayer party games all the time with freaking Jackbox. I remember even the first Friday when the shutdown happened, Jackbox servers just completely got fried because so many people were on it at one time.
Jack in the Box.
Oh, you want to jack in my box? Oh.
Those games were released years ago. I mean, they were probably like what? PS3, Xbox 360?
Everything that was social gaming got slammed. Roll20, which is the free hosting for doing tabletop.
Yeah, that was like
that got destroyed. All of a sudden, all these people were like, "Oh, now I got time to do a tabletop."
But do they have time to grab freaking stormtroopers by the balls? Because I still own that one.
I do have stealth.
and you're welcome.
An entire B&B then bursted out into laughter.
In case you don't know, I do have stealth. This could be a thing, guys. Well, that
All right,
was.
so
I mean, I'm just. That's my call for announcement. You got new. You might have next gen, but there's not going to be any next games that are going to be involved in the award ceremonies.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the awards whatsoever. I mean, I think in terms of like big announcements, Injustice 3 is one. I think, speaking of FF7 Remake, there's going to be an actual definitive edition announced for it. And it's actually going to have DLC that you can download via PS4, but the PS5 standalone definitive edition version is going to have eye-melting 4K graphics and unlocked frame rates. And it's just like, okay, gotcha. So I feel like that's a...
You think they're going to jip everyone that hard? Here's the
that'd be like a completely fucking waste.
Here's the definitive. It's not done. Yeah, I know. Here's the definitive edition of a game that's not done. Like that. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Like a big kick in the nutsack.
Yeah, here you go.
To release two versions of the game before part 2.
Yeah. The definitive version should be all of the games into one. And that should come out in 20 years.
There's no 2!
Why would they do that to people?
Just for an upgraded PS5 version that you can't even fit in your TV stand. I'm actually watching people unboxing the thing.
There'll be a free upres. There will be a free patch for PS5. Mm-hmm. That's what they did with PS4 Pro. Yeah, like download the free patch now, and that way maybe they can get people to that didn't buy the game at first to buy it. You'll get a little bit of a mini boost in sales for people buying it to have it upgraded. Well, I didn't buy it before, but now it's upgraded for my new PS5.
There you go.
Bad idea. I'll just log on to Ray's account and play his if I ever feel like doing it.
Yeah, it is still saved on your PS4, so there you go.
And another one.
I just liked how we lived together and we just had like a rotation of just all of our accounts on everyone's PS4s. 3 PS4s and 1 roof. And all 3 of our accounts were on all 3 systems.
Yep.
Because that's how we roll.
Animal Print is out of control.
Yes. I just really don't think there's going to be that many groundbreaking announcements, though, for the VGAs in terms of, new content, indeed. I just feel like I think COVID-19 has impacted the start of next gen and Sony and Xbox. We're just like, we just got to release this thing. We're holding on to it. We just got to have something to look forward to for the future. So here you go. And yet a lot of people, development is like stalled. Could we see a Dragon Age trailer, though, Nags?
I don't think so. I think it's really far out.
I have no idea.
I think you could see a trailer for the reboot of Anthem. Because they're like completely remaking the game.
Yeah, because they fucked it up the first time.
Yep, basically. They're all realm reborning it.
Very good example. Very, very good example. I wonder if that'll win MMO of the year. Although Warcraft has had quite a resurgence.
Yep, playing it right now. Because I can multitask.
Because you're dressed like a cat.
The reason why I think that Injustice 3 could get a slightly early announcement at VGA's, because I mean they just released the final, probably final characters for MK11.
Yeah.
Is because it was already in development. It was probably already almost like done and in polishing. And with so many other things, development hitting a little bit of roadblocks and stumbles, and the release slates for these next gen consoles being so just thin, and for the just the massive sales that NetherRealm fighting games drive, I could see either Microsoft or Sony, probably Sony because they've had a bigger connection to NetherRealm so far, just throw money at them to speed it up. Like,
I can see that.
we want it now. Right now,
Injustice
brown
on PS3
cow.
first. With a cameo from Spider-Man in a DC game because Sony owns Spider-Man.
That won't happen.
I know it won't happen. A man can dream. A man can dream.
What?
What?
Yeah, you lost me. You saying you want Spider-Man and Injustice?
Sure, why not?
Spider-Man for Injustice 2021.
I'll just piggybacking on the Sony thing since Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man, so it'll just be like, hey, we'll throw money at you, and here, we could put even Spider-Man in there and make you guys go, oh.
Sony doesn't own all the rights to Spider-Man. You're completely wrong.
Well, you just tweet about it, because what you tweet, no matter if you're right or wrong, is true.
You're right.
If you only count the legal votes, I won in a landslide.
If you only count my votes, I win.
Hey, I'm winning. Stop counting.
I had to screenshot something because it was so funny. Should actually just send it to you guys.
And share with the class.
It was just part of this article.
And then everything about, that guy just makes people laugh. Alright, he sent a photo. Let's see what he's got here. So if I were to read this out loud, all lives matter, they screamed back. Marching with them was DC resident Justin Anthony, who waved a satirical sign that read, "Sue anyone who did not vote for this great American." He led chants to the tune of "Count Only Trump Votes" and danced around in a large mock police uniform with the name Officer Pudge on its badge. Almost no one got it, he said. They joined in, asked for pictures, cheered. It's crazy, he said. Like they really don't know how insane this is. Near the Supreme Court, a line of riot police stood facing a few dozen protesters.
That was the whole thing. That was the whole thing.
Gotcha.
So this guy is out there trying to make a joke. Everyone's like, yeah!
Yeah, he's right. Look at my shirt.
That's too funny.
I'm Officer Pudge.
That's too funny.
Is that like Circumference in King's Quest?
Oh God, I have King's Quest on Xbox, but I haven't played it. Nintendo. I don't know.
Maybe.
And I just remember Iggy going crazy about it and talking about there's a knight named Circumference. I'm just like, that's the funniest thing ever. So I just decided to play it myself because it was like, I think the first episode was free. So I played the first episode. I'm like, oh, this is actually a lot better than the King's Quest that I played, which was King's Quest V on the NES. And man, that game, I mean, very interesting that the fact that they tried to do a point-and-click adventure game, PC style, on Nintendo that wasn't Maniac Mansion, but didn't exactly play like Maniac Mansion.
Escape from Monkey Island. Guybrush Threepwood. What a name.
Indeed. Whoever came up with that, God tier.
Uh,
God tier name creating.
What's our protagonist's name? Guybrush Threepwood? Yeah, Guybrush Threepwood. They came out with
name generator
the same way that Peter Griffin came up with his own name at rehab.
P tier Griffin. Yeah, Peter Griffin. Ah, crap. I'm sorry, but to me, that's like top 5 Family Guy moments right there, is him trying to come up with a fake name, and he tries to formulate one, and it's actually his.
You go a long while without watching it, and then you watch it again, at least for me, and you pick up on all these little ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just the subtlest shit, and it's hilarious.
I especially like him jumping out of an airplane. He's just going,
The other big question is, now that we got something, and VGAs is kind of a big thing, and you had to figure something's been in the works for a while now if they were comfortable enough to make the startup announcement. Are we going to get a different announcement for Mass Effect in the VGAs?
like the actual game itself, like the next game in the series instead of just the remastered trilogy.
Yeah, because a lot of times they will preface a new entry with like, oh, here's remastered because the trilogy came. You know, it's actually been a long time. The first two, 2 and 3 were what, PS3?
Yeah, you're talking Mass Effect 3, I think, came out in 2012. I was like thinking about that the other day. I'm like, damn, that game came out 8 years ago, and it's been 8 years since I played it. Jesus. I remember in the summer of 2010, Mass Effect 2 just owned my soul. And it was just like, damn, that was a long time ago.
It owned my soul for a Crunch Bar.
I didn't have to pay any ATM fees. Who won that one?
They paid me in hamburgers.
And I got a Crunch Bar. Joke's on you. And you're not getting that
Crunch Bar
$2
for
back.
dessert.
Fuck off.
Take that, Mr. Wall Street Man. Take that, elusive man.
Elusive man.
I really do it when they do have the trilogy come out for next gen consoles. I hope they do give it the Demon Souls treatment, where they make the character creator just like on steroids, and they no longer look like a shaved cat infused with the soul of dark matter.
'Cause I'm just like a shaved cat.
Because PS3, Xbox 360 generation was like when Western RPG developers started to get the idea, maybe we shouldn't make our characters look so butt ugly. Maybe more people will play them or something like that, because that was one thing that was always a turn off to me, you know, growing up. I was like, God, that like Baldur's Gate, these types of games that were like Western type RPGs, and I'm just looking at the characters, EverQuest, and I'm looking at those, I'm just like, ugh. Not a fan.
Really?
Oblivion.
Baldur's,
is a good example.
I mean, Baldur's Gate, yeah, but EverQuest literally sold I don't know how many copies by putting that sorcerer chick on the cover.
Well, it was a sorcerer chick, but nobody in the game looked like that when you started creating it.
Well, yeah, because it had limited hardware available to it to be able to run a massively online game.
Yeah.
Like they,
Another good example though is Oblivion.
oh yeah, no one ever looks fucking good in Elder Scrolls.
No.
Yeah. Look like crap.
Yeah, it's like it's the long faces. For me, that's what did it in Oblivion. It was just the long ass faces that they got. I'm like, Jesus.
I'm from
your
the guy with
chin-
the big ass chin.
Yeah, your chin is like where the bottom of my neck should be.
Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Chin. It takes me 7 weeks to grow.
Oh, you're talking about me.
Yeah. You stupid ass.
What?
I do have to shave every 2 days. And this is like after 1 day. And it's just like, a little bit of stubble there.
It's fine getting in the stubble.
It graduated from peach fuzz.
We still think you got peach fuzz.
No peach fuzz. No, Mr. No Peach Fuzz, no home.
Mr. Peach Fuzz, no home. You don't know that? Oh,
You don't know that? Now you know.
Next time I get a baby-faced RPG character that you can name, I'll name him Peach Fuzz.
Not these nuts.
Then again, I haven't played Dragon Quest XI yet, and I think you could name him in that game for hero, so I'm like, oh, I'm going to call you Peach Fuzz.
I eat peaches every day.
Very contextual band name, the Presidents of the United States.
We're gonna get a great band to play. They're called the Presidents of the United States.
President of the United States.
They're all dressed like me.
4 more steaks! 4 more steaks! If we're going with the AI generator of a Trump rally.
Hey, they're right, you know. That is for sure. Yeah. Just like the Constitution dictates that he lost.
You need to get the fuck out of the White House.
GTFO.
You know, it gives them that right to gather. Can't fix stupid.
Stupid is as stupid does. Pulled it pop. Oy, my goodness, man. But I would like... November 7th actually means something again. And I think you and you said that to me, like, I think like a year ago or something like that. I was like, don't worry, Ray. I'm sure November the 7th will mean something someday. And it has. It very much has.
It happened. I watched it. I watched it happen. I watched it unfold from my bathrobe.
And then my bathrobe accidentally came open.
And I was like, what an unfortunate accident. Oh well.
My boner parted my robe like Moses split the seas.
And then I was running around the house. Then I was running around the house naked like Marge, going, "Get me off! Get me off! Get me off!" But instead of saying Mass Effect, Mass Effect, Mass Effect, Mass Effect, Mass Effect.
No, I think you should have said, "Get me off."
It's not like Tom Cruise, Stewie bouncing around. I'm love Katie Holmes. I'm love Katie Holmes.
Yes. Ray running around. Ray running around in his bathroom, going, "Get me off! Get me off! Get me off! Get me off! Get me off!"
Doing a chicken walk?
Yes.
I was thinking about that halfway through when I was saying it. I was like, yeah, that's going to be taken in a not so right context.
You said it.
It's exactly the right context.
Yeah.
Very much. Very much. I did say it, so. Woe is me on that one.
What was the other? Oh, the other big thing that came out. Well, I mean, big to me, I guess. Was the tease of acknowledgement from Konami that Bloody Roar is a thing.
Yeah, like here's a trademark.
And then
And it's for an actual game.
Yeah, not for pachinko. Like, wait.
It's like, don't do that. Don't do that.
There hasn't been a Bloody Roar since Bloody Roar Primal Fury. That was the last one. On the
That was like
GameCube.
16 years ago, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Good God. Whew, that's a long time. I mean, I thought Virtua Fighter fans had it rough, because that was something else that was kind of brought back by Sega. Or teased, so to speak, because I think the last Virtua Fighter was, 8 years ago in 2012. Speaking of, Mass Effect 3 in 2012, it's like, geez, it's like, when I think of
Primal
2010,
Fury was made by
2012...
Microsoft and Aiding. And you know what Aiding also made, right?
Marvel vs. Capcom
3.
3.
Yep.
3.
So they just history of making these fucking crazy games. It's just crazy. Their games just translate really well into fighting game viewership, because when a game, they don't want to watch it, and so they can be like, oh, this game is incredibly balanced. The neutral game here is just
They're playing footsies.
look at that footsie. Oh, look at that meaty setup into an option select. That's tight. Nah, they want the crazy shit happening in Marvel 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And crazy shit happens in Smash. Why do you think it has such a huge fucking following and huge viewership on all of its like competition scenes?
Y'all want to see a motherfucking Infinite?
Yeah, you get touch deaths and all that stuff. The jury's still out on Strive. We'll see how that turns out. If they can somehow marry the like crazy top end of Xrd.
You could tell during the development of Xrd that every character they released after it initially came out via DLC, it's like they got better in terms of design.
Well, they got more in depth, but the game was not beginner friendly, and because it was just it was a system that got built upon itself constantly. So you're at this iteration by the time you get to Xrd, that they've been doing this system, that building all those characters, especially that core block, since X2 on the PlayStation 2. That's a lot of games.
Yep, that's 17 years worth.
And it's not like, oh, new game, here's new mechanics. They just layered on top. Oh, now you can do this. Now you can do this. Now I can do this. You get to Xrd and you've seen their move lists, and to keep unique characters going in, you end up with characters like, Bedman. You have these very high execution characters,
and they're weird as fuck. Or you get a robot that's controlled by music.
Yeah, so they wanted to try to take some of that freedom that's involved and player expression that's involved in the depth of the character and put it into the depth of the base game mechanic, and then make the character itself simpler and give them better tools to use. That's just a system. So you raise the floor for everyone, make it less daunting.
But still make it fun, and not to the point where it really alienates people that are, very, very good. Like, the very, very good people are still going to be very, very good. It's just, as you said, raise the floor. It's kind of like they compress the competition. As Nags would go, raise the roof.
Yeah, you're still going to get people that get
contributing
by jab.
Mm-hmm. It was a hell of a thing. I'm looking at it over on the delay on YouTube. It's still pretty funny. It's like we're both trying to uplift each other. Here you go.
Come on,
Ravers MODOK. Ray versus MODOK.
Yeah, that was hype, and all that was just a simple punch. Simple pull of a lever.
Holding back and spamming jab. You're not gonna get me. Not gonna get me. Not gonna get me. Not gonna get me. Peace out, bitches.
I have no words. Yep.
He's probably gonna get his ass kicked. You're like, I forgot I had him.
Just like normal.
Got F in the A. TP in the B. You get TP in the FB?
You gonna get TP in the FB? You know what that means, Ray?
No. Don't know anything.
Tongue punched in the fart box.
Tongue punch in the fart box? What you just said?
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what I just said.
Okay. It kind of broke up there. I just wanted to make sure I heard you correctly.
You did.
I did. And now I'm
Thinking about what you're gonna do later.
He was really confused when he thought it was tonsil punch. How do you open your mouth that wide?
Do you have to unhinge your jaw? Just dislocate your jaw to do it?
The tongue punch in the fart box? No.
No, he meant tonsil punch.
Oh. If you got a really big tongue, no.
Oh, this is going to be funny. So this is news, right? Deathloop release date set for May 2021. Arcane Studios is bringing time-bending action to PS5 and PC next spring. Guess who owns Arcane Studios now? Microsoft.
Ah.
Because Arcane's owned by Bethesda. It's a Bethesda studio.
Oh my.
Yep. So everyone's like, oh, fuck the Xbox. I'm going to buy all Deathloop on this PS5. Xbox don't get it. And Microsoft like, well, you're still paying us.
Yeah.
So,
You're paying us for
thanks,
for a Sony
motherfucker.
Thanks for buying our games.
Thanks for the memories. Thanks for the memories. That is way too funny. Like super funny.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
exclusive. It's
Got
exclusive.
nags on the
bitch.
move. Hey, I will say that's the only reason why I go PS5 is just because of the exclusives. But if they all just jump ship to Xbox, yeah, I'd be an Xbox guy 100%. I did it for 360. I was like, oh, all these games that were exclusive to PS2 are now on Xbox, and it's cheaper. Yeah, fuck you, Sony. Psh.
Well, PS3 kind of shit the bed.
Mm-hmm.
It got better in its later years, but yeah, it was bad.
The damage was done.
How quickly people forget. PS4 came out and they're like, oh, Sony's the greatest. I'm like, all y'all motherfuckers had a 360. What?
I know I did. I think I just bought a PS3 though, just so I could play FF14. And I did play the shit out of it.
Why did I buy one? Oh, because to me, like the big push for the PS3 and Xbox 360 generation was social gaming. And I did any social gaming already on the PC, so I didn't use consoles for social gaming. So I just bought the one that the online service was free. Now,
There you go.
very much, especially then, between Xbox Live and PSN, you get what you pay for.
Can you guys
And
hear
I
me?
didn't pay for anything.
Yes, we can, Nags.
Okay.
Like, PSN was hot garbage, but it
Yeah.
was free. I mean,
That was all you could ask for.
honestly, their online service is still worse because they just don't have the fucking like just the data backups that they just can't come close. That's why they're holding on so hard to the console war when everyone else is kind of moving past it, because the next war they don't have the hardware to keep up with. They need to find someone they can enter a partnership with to use their cloud services. That's why Microsoft sees Amazon and Google as their main competitors.
And then Sony's like,
like, oh no, must play. You want to play PlayStation games? You guys want to play PlayStation? You play only on PlayStation. No crossplay. There's a bad juju.
Then it's like, hey, you want to go on Xbox and play a game that was on the original Xbox on your new system? Well, you can. Oh, you want to fire up Marvel vs. Capcom?
And that's not mockery. That's just how they always sound, like legitimately when they come out and make an English announcement from one of like the heads of Sony.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
and then they physically laugh at you.
Are they? You're very stereotypical. It's just funny because how. Oh yeah, it's always a fake laugh. How well so many people over there speak English, because English is just
taught. It's a requirement.
It's a required class in school. Oh, math, PE, English. So you mean, and you're like, oh, you speak English, and they're like, oh, yeah, mostly. And then you see
they're mostly old guys too, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they're the stereotype of the 1950s Japanese man. You want to play? You pay big dollar.
Oh yeah, you pay big dollar.
That is kind of funny. I did watch You Only Live Twice the other day with Sean Connery. And yeah, very stereotypical in that one.
Oh, Sean, that's one of my favorites. Mainly because he creates the tiny plane, like helicopter plane thing.
The death plane, so to speak. I forgot the name of it.
Hey, Kim had you watch that one already, right?
Which one?
You Only Live Twice.
Ink.
It's one where he flies the tiny plane over the volcano.
No. I forget which the last one we watched was.
Well, ask her to have you watch You Only Live Twice, because that was it's a good kind of campy. It's pretty ridiculous. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Was it your first time seeing it?
You Only Live Twice? Yeah, it was my first time seeing it. I didn't really watch old Bond movies until like a couple years ago.
Oh man, I watched them all as a kid. Okay.
Yeah, the first one that I watched, like the old Bond movies that I watched, was Live and Let Die with Sir Roger Moore. I was like, man, this is weird. And then I just like didn't watch them for like a longest time. Now I'm just trying to like get back into them, and Sean Connery's untimely passing kind of motivated me to go back and watch his stuff.
Yeah, when you get to it, a very, very underrated. There's an overrated Bond and an underrated Bond. All right, the overrated Bond, Pierce Brosnan. The underrated Bond, Timothy Dalton.
Really?
Yeah, in my opinion, Timothy Dalton has one of the best or highest, however you want to look at it, kill counts per movie. Man's a machine.
So it'd be like the Hot Shots Part 2 kill counter.
I mean, Timothy Dalton is licensed to kill. You like that?
The name says it in the title. You like that.
And the Timothy Dalton movies downplay the whole I'm Bond and you're going to sleep with me. Like there's all
just made him more of like a badass.
Yeah, Timothy Dalton's Bond is much more similar to the current Bond. What's his fucking name?
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Daniel Craig. Yep. They're much more like each other.
God, he's been playing Bond for what, like 10 years? Maybe even longer than that. Like, Casino Royale was like 12, 13 years ago, I think.
Yeah, he's been playing it a long time. He's like the longest one since Sean Connery, I think. Now. Casino Royale, 2006.
Jesus.
So, yep,
Get some Daniel Craig.
he's been Bond for 14 years.
Damn.
I think he's got like, what, 5 or 6 Bond movies under his belt? I know Casino Royale, Skyfall, Quantum of Solace. I'm kind of blanking on him after that.
What? His
Quick,
movies?
Yeah. I was kind of blanking on the ones after Skyfall.
Bond. Well, I was looking up the years
When
of
Casino-
Dalton's. Here, look at this
Out in
one.
2006.
I'm not the only person here, right? 20 reasons why Timothy Dalton was probably the best Bond. He only didn't keep going because of a legal contract technicality that came up because there was a lawsuit going on between two like ownership studios or whatever, and it basically cleared his contract out. So the third movie he was supposed to do never happened.
Oh, that sucks. What could have been?
Let's see.
Now it's like, hey, release the third movie. Release the Snyder Cut.
What is the correct order? Oh, my. So many things in my way.
Don't you just hate that in websites where it's just like,
Pop, pop,
50
pop,
million
pop, pop.
things. Yep, click here, your download is ready. Up, you're downloading some type of web search bar. Oh, nice. Bitch, all I want to do is look up freaking Timothy Dalton Bond movies.
The last one, Jeremy, you watched was Thunderball, right?
Yes.
So You Only Live Twice is the one right after it. And it also you'll notice tie-ins to Austin Powers.
Oh yes, I got that too. And I was like, so that's where they got it from. About a random Bond movie in the 1960s. Austin Powers just decided to go with, oh, let's use that as a backdrop, so to speak.
Timothy Dalton was 87 and 89.
So before Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Pierce Brosnan was 95 to
03?
2002 was the last one.
Okay. I was a year off on that.
So he did
yeah.
for 7 years.
Yeah, that was Die Another Day, which was his last one.
Then we got Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, Spectre, and then one coming out next year, No Time to Die.
Oh, you give me No Time to Die?
It got delayed. It was supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, I do remember that. I'm like, they even had the song ready for it.
by Billie Eilish.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew something.
There you go. You're cowabunga dudes. You got the 411, Nags.
Yeah.
I'm hip. I'm with it. I got the
Hippity
411.
hoppitish.
Austin Powers. Zap. He's the man. You know what they need? Jeremy's with me on this one. A Zap Brannigan movie.
Oh my God.
I'm with you.
Yes.
All three of us are on board for that one. Sign us up. Especially with Zap Brannigan's cultural relevance, with the fact that his actor just decided to read Trump quotes in Zap Brannigan's voice.
I
feel like
forgot
that would
about
be the time
that.
to
That was
announce
so
it.
funny. I gotta put that on.
I prefer people that weren't captured.
Zap. So I typed in Zap Brand. The first exact thing is Zap Brand Trump.
Yep. Yep, that's exactly what will come up the first time you do that. Zap Brannigan will forever live in infamy with Donald J. Trump.
What you mean not the other way around?
You know what, Ray?
I
You
would think so.
You should just play it for the stream. Can you lace the audio in?
I think I can. Give me 1 second on that. I'm gonna check it out. Feel free to converse while I am looking it up.
You should be able to just share it.
Yeah.
You got a couple things. Wonder if I do. Maybe if one of us did it. Right? Got it.
Yeah, it's if you guys can try to see if you can do it through your Skype, because mine is like I said, it's kind of redlining right now. It's running fine on stream. It's just when I try to bring up like YouTube or something like that, the PC's like, nope. Here we go. I got nothing. Is the volume up on the YouTube video itself?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I need to share the audio through it though. It's a shame.
Try a less intense browser.
I think I would have to.
Don't mind me, folks. I'm looking a little America Online-ish right now.
Call waiting. Call waiting. Call waiting. It's too bad. It's too funny.
Na 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 na.
Oh, I'll get it. I'll definitely get it.
Oh man.
It's just when it wants to.
Yeah. So the I said I did the first two Rambos, and now I'm doing the first Alien, and the first Alien is listed free with your Audible subscription, which is nice.
Oh, nice.
And I also have the book that's supposed to be the sequel to Predator 2,
Oh shit.
which it combines the characters of the protagonists of the first two movies come together in this book. I'm like, wait, Danny Glover and Arnold Schwarzenegger? Damn right. You got an angel with you right now. Where is he? That's Arnold in the outfield. No, there's a more of a nuance when you get to these novelizations of these 70s and 80s action movies. The writers had to take what was there, that was at the core, that had turned into a lot of times had been turned into a simple movie made to, be a big blockbuster and make a bunch of money. And they succeeded. But then the author had to turn into a novelization because there wasn't, streaming services and all this shit. So people who wanted to re-experience it a lot, they would buy the book.
Oh yeah.
That's how it got started. So to make it, an 8-hour audio thing from a 2-hour movie meant you had to flesh it out a lot more. And what they found was when they went, a lot of these authors would have access to the early scripts or beginning scripts where the movies were a lot more in depth and involved before they start trimming it to meet the final package. So there's all these extra layers that you don't know about these characters. And it's like, oh man, these were really good. So you get like this new appreciation for these 80s action movies.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Well, we can now.
Like Rambo is so like people associate Rambo with like, oh, you cool, you should think you're Mr.
I brought
Action
the Zach
and
Brannigan
like
video,
Rambo.
kind of fouled up my audio. Give me a second. My ability to hear you guys.
You Rambo, you such a big man. It's like Rambo as Tarzan or some shit. Me Tarzan, you Jane. Me shoot you with bow and arrow. Then you get into like Rambo's embracing of Zen Buddhism from his time of being a Green Beret in Vietnam and all kinds of crazy shit.
Oh shit.
All right, I think I got it back. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah. And also you get to hear about Rambo's testicles.
Nice.
Because who doesn't want to hear about that?
I jumped back in at the right time.
Like, if you want to hear a story of Mr. Stallone's testicles, that's about as close as you're going to get. But everybody
That
loves
just kind of reminds me of RoboCop when he shoots that one guy in the dick. Just has that weird look on his face, that scowl, like they're. Ugh.
everybody loves Sly. He's on the Sly. Sly Stallone. Oh man.
Shalom, Stallone.
Jeremy's over there mog and mountain hunting. I can tell because he's always got a glazed over look in his eyes.
I've been here so many times already.
I didn't get it. I didn't
Gotta
get
get better
it.
on that roll.
Oh man. I guess I'll.
I didn't get damn Drakes again. Through the eye.
Started from the bottom, now he's here.
So pissed.
Now the whole team here. I mean, everybody can get a Drake.
What are you talking about?
All I gotta do is introduce. All I gotta do is introduce him to Kiki.
Ding-a-ling.
I'm sorry, I'm listening to Zap Brannigan right now.
Did you guys hear him when I brought him up?
I didn't.
No.
Okay, yeah, I put him on the XSplit. He was live, but the problem is that he then killed your guys' audio for a second. And then in turn it killed my audio. And then in turn it was like, okay, I had to like spend a good 2 minutes trying to figure that shit out. But I did hear a few Zap Brannigan quotes. As Trump. It was kind of funny. And so did the YouTubes. They got to listen and learn about the essence that is Zap Brannigan.
Spirit is willing.
The flesh is spongy and bruised.
Oh man. Konami. Oh, that's what's coming out. Actually, let's rate ourselves against the masters here, right? We got this covered.com. Our VGA predictions.
Did you also see
It was
where,
written 10 years ago. So that's clearly not new.
No.
VGA 2020.
20.
Wow. 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 How is no one talking about this? We're the first ones, guys. We are the first ones in the whole world.
That have VGA predictions?
Yes.
All right.
Vegas doesn't even have odds out on it yet?
We win.
Ah, here's GenerationXbox.com has one. And Gold Derby. Some way too early predictions.
Such as with are they saying that well,
Okay.
Street Fighter's last season should be season pass of the year. It's not even out yet.
Best Original Score Award for 2020. What are we calling? I know what they're calling.
Best original score? As in music?
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, that's FF7 Remake. I mean, that the freaking soundtrack was god. It had no reason being that good.
Well, it's Generation Xbox, and they say FF7 Remake.
Whoa.
Generation Xbox.
It says FF7 Remake will likely win the category. Among the many great things this game has, the music is among its best.
I mean, it's pretty much a drinking game whenever you watch somebody play FF7 Remake for the first time and you hear them say, "God damn it, dude, the music." Every time they do, just take a drink. Whenever the music kicks in, you're just like, "Oh god."
I think it'll get nominated, but I think it'll go to Ori.
Yeah, that's probably true.
True for
Best
them.
Action Adventure. Best Action Adventure. Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind.
That is nominated by Generation Xbox?
No, I was trying to get you guys to tell me
Oh.
what you think.
No.
Best action and adventure game. I just gotta think of any action adventure games that you would still qualify as action and adventure, because so many freaking games now have RPG elements to them that they're kind of like blending all together. It's like,
I mean, it doesn't make it not action adventure. It just changes the mechanics a little bit. Action adventure is pretty clear what it is.
Mhm. Action adventure.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Generation Xbox is calling it Ghost of Tsushima. They say it's going to be a battle between two games, Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us Part 2.
I guess in that realm, you could also put Sekiro up there. Shadows Die Twice.
Sekiro?
Yeah, because when I think of Ghost of Tsushima, I didn't think action adventure. I just think open world.
I mean, they go hand in hand, not necessarily.
Yeah, that's what I'm
limited
saying.
to.
Everything blended together. When I think action adventure, I think like Zelda back in the day. But then it's just like, okay, now what is it? It's like everything.
What was Zelda back in the day? It was their best attempt at making an open world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do we make it seem like this world is bigger? The same with Banjo. You know, Banjo did an amazing job turning Grunty's Lair into making it feel like it was massive when it was really not very big at all. Or Ocarina of Time. There's another one. Hyrule's tiny. Feels big.
But it's tiny.
Tiny world.
Best RPG.
FF7 remake.
Hmm?
Or Persona 5 Royal.
If Cyberpunk didn't get pushed back, it'd be Cyberpunk. Baldur's Gate 3 is potential, though. I think it's between FF7R and Baldur's Gate 3. Best narrative. Ooh, who's got the best writing?
Last of
Kingdom
Us Part
Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 3.
2. I guess I would have to give that one to Last of Us Part 2 because their storytelling.
Wow, for Generation Xbox, they really don't mention many Xbox titles, do they?
No, they don't at all. Don't tell me it's Ghost of Tsushima or Sekiro.
It's like 4 pictures. One Cyberpunk, but Cyberpunk got delayed. And it's Last of Us, FF7R, and Ghost of Tsushima.
For best narrative?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, this is Generation Xbox is really weird to me.
It's super weird. I'm like very intrigued now. I'm like, well, what gets like best fighting game or best whatever in terms of?
Well, the nominees are supposed to be announced in November. Huh.
So,
Awards.com. Let's look.
I was about to
So
say,
here
Oh, we only got 3 days. We got on the 18th is when the nominations are supposed to be released.
yeah, because I know the Golden Joysticks Awards, they just announced theirs, and FF7 Remake is up for Game of the Year because everyone was tweeting all about it. It's like, hey, look at us.
Well, the Golden Joysticks is like, you know, fucking porn. Right?
I was going to go with the VGAs being the WWE Hall of Fame and the Golden Joysticks being the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame, but yeah, we can go with that too. Congratulations on Kenny Omega, by the way, for getting inducted into the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame.
Join us live on November 18th at 9 a.m. Pacific Time,
Specifically?
time?
Like specifically at 9. For the nominee announcement and the start of fan voting.
Hmm.
How about that? So the 18th, which is Wednesday.
There you
So
go.
it
Talk about
happens
on
at
stream.
noon. Yeah, it happens at noon before you guys stream.
There
Or
we
the
go.
stream. I want to know if I can look at what the categories are. The fucking categories. Here's the advisory board.
No, the advisory board. We get to find out who the members are. Very nice. Give me the Academy. I'd like to thank the advisory board for nominating us for this Indie Game of the Year. So your categories are like Indie Game of the Year, Best Fighting Game, Best Games as a Service, Best like Community Game, Best Soundtrack, Best Art Design, and Best Overall.
Oh man. Last year they had 49 million people view it.
Damn.
Said history. Aired December 12th, 2019. Viewership 49 million. Revisit 2019. On the left, you see a picture of the Xbox Series X. On the right, you see a picture of the Muppets. Relive the Muppets at the Game Awards.
That was the best.
You can do that on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, just watch
You really
that.
can.
It's better.
Yeah, and it's the thumbnail too. You don't have to like look too hard. Just look for Muppets on our channel, and there you go.
Yep. Just go to our channel and just start thinking in your brain. Do 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 do.
Well, ideally, the people that are listening to us are already at our channel.
Do 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 do. Yeah, but are they do 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 do?
They are not.
Raffle map. Do 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 do.
Rafflecopter.
Oh my god! I wonder if that's on here. I might have to share something else. No, I would just. Yeah. So this was created, God, 13 plus years ago. This is what we're gonna do right here. Do this. I'm gonna share this. Oh shit! I didn't. Okay, my bad. I'm a dum-dum. All right, here we go. I think we got it, guys.
You really did this time, Dum Dum.
Everyone should hear it, right?
Yes.
Raffle mouth. Raffle mouth. Raffle mouth. We're pulling that Uber with the Uber lead hacks and the prawn with the guff with the and rocksters, boxers, omaga hacks. Raffle mouth. Raffle mouth. Raffle mouth. Lead hacks what the pundibs for the Dairy Queen. No? Raffle mouth. Raffle mouth.
It keeps going.
I guess so.
But since we're here, we can finally do it.
Yeah.
It would take an hour and a half to learn everything there is to learn about missiles. I think I know most of it anyway. My wife, Ivana, is a brilliant manager. I will pay her $1 a year and all the dresses she can buy. I think the only difference between me and the other candidates is, I'm more honest and my women are more beautiful. I build the best buildings, and I'm the biggest developer in New York by far. While that's real estate and this is politics, are they really so different? Usually, if I fire someone who's bad, I tell them how great they are, because I don't want to hurt people's feelings. My fingers are long and beautiful. That's been well documented, along with other various parts of my body. My Twitter has become so powerful that I can actually make my enemies tell the truth. The concept of global warming was created by the Chinese. Sorry, losers and haters, but my IQ is one of the highest, and you all know it. Please don't feel stupid or insecure, eh? Not a wig, it's my hair. Do you want to touch it? McCain. He's not a war hero. He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? What I say is what I say. Well, I do whine because I want to win, and I'm not happy about not winning. I fully think apologizing is a great thing, but you have to be wrong. I will absolutely apologize if I'm ever wrong. The best taco bowls are made in Trump Tower Grill. I love Hispanics.
Oh my gosh.
Indeed, that was the best one.
I love
Oh my
Hispanic
gosh.
stuff.
Have you seen Mark Hamill reads Trump tweets as Joker?
That should be great.
That one I have not.
Alright. Coming back. It's only a minute and a half long.
Well, there, bats.
Happy New Year to all, including to my many enemies.
Of course, we know this.
You really should loosen up, dear. Have a laugh now and
Come on.
then. There's a teeny little bit of me
Get
in it.
on with it. Wait, is this one of those things where it's just, oh, he's just mocking, and they're just doing, like, the news snippets? I
Right?
think that's exactly what this is. I think that's exactly what that is.
How dare you?
How many downvotes does that have?
Not enough. 2.4K.
It's like, can we actually hear it?
And
Instead
another
of
one.
just giving, like, this weird snippet? And another
so-
one. Do-do-do-do. Rafflemouth. Do-do-do-do-do.
The other thing that I want to bring up while we're here in share mode, and this, you know, if we bring a light to another channel, you know, maybe it'll come back around. But we were talking about editing. Zawarudo. Editing is on point. On point.
Yep.
Now, let's talk about canceling
shit,
specials.
here we go again.
Rises up to 100%.
This is where the fun begins.
Specific command.
Good night, girl.
The command input is
I'm not done yet.
Stop! Let me go! Let me go!
Another one.
This is big brain time. Nope.
GG's, bro. Fight.
Betrayal. Terry, I know I've given you a bad recovery. But look at the amount of incredible things you can do. Also, you have not yet used all the power that I gave you. Here you have my son. Now go and show what a fighting character can do.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Grab the ball! Are you okay?
This is fine.
Uppercut!
Tried it.
Bam, bada, bada, boom.
¿Cuánto? Yo, qué mierda, de verdad. ¡Oh!
I am familiar with that style of editing, yes. It's pretty good.
It's pretty awesome,
Funny.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we thought it
But Twitch didn't.
good thing
I just
for
didn't go back up because I'm on your side. Because this
for
still
Twitch
doesn't work.
clips.
Mhm.
When we do those Twitch compilations, so I wouldn't. It was not something I would expect to be like 100%, because that's a lot of work. Because I done editing like that, so I know how much fucking work it is.
Yeah, to do all the green screening and all that other stuff, you got it. It's like, Jesus. Hi, Billy Mays here. I saw that, I was like, that's going to take me about 30 minutes to at least get that capped.
Sorry, my son.
But
I know I have given you a bad recovery.
But look at all the things you can do.
Oh, it's incredible. And he's got Terry needs to chill. Pac-Man needs to chill.
This Game Watch needs to chill.
The Ridley one's pretty good too.
I will watch them all.
Luigi needs to chill.
Oh, Donkey Kong needs to chill is great too. And another one. And another one. Right? Not that you have to use the same clips, but we make so many meme references as it is, so let's
Yeah, exactly. Be a lot of shit posting.
just them in. Spice them up.
Shit posting is what they would call that, yes.
Lace them up and spice them up.
No, I dig it. Just think of like different things like, that's not fair. There was time now. I could totally get that clip.
Oh, exactly. I mean, just the things that always come to our minds, all the Family Guys and Home Alones, and there's always, I feel like every other stream, or at least every third stream, there's something you guys are cracking up about that's an Archer reference.
I'm actually watching it right now.
Nice.
So, like, Lace the Archer.
New season, not that great. I don't think
I
I've laughed.
figured as
I
much.
don't think I've laughed one time.
No, last time I watched that show was Archer Vice. Like, Cookie Monster with, she was laced up in a cocaine body cast.
That was hilarious.
Yes, that was hilarious, but that was also when I stopped watching it.
I don't know. Where do you want to put it?
Fighting game of the year.
Yes.
Let's. All right. So we're getting here pretty late here. How about we just cap up with some general awards categories and call out some predictions here pre-nominee, and we'll see how
Alright. How our predictions go.
Best fighting game of the year. Fighting game of the year.
Does it have to be released this year? Because I think it's slim pickings for that one.
I was like, was there anything released this year?
Yeah. Any fighting games at all. Or just ones that kept going?
There's a bunch that kept going. That's for sure.
Yeah, they all just kept going.
And going and going and going. Well, I mean, I could see MK11 Aftermath because it was a. It's an update, but I could see them counting that.
I feel like that would also win just best ongoing fighting game, just because it's got a crap ton of content.
Yeah, so that would be my call. MK11 Aftermath.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that as well. Did you hear though? Event Hub's named Tekken 7 Fighting Game of the Generation.
FPS. Fucking. I'm sure it'll be Call of Duty.
Yep.
Of course it is.
Yep.
Cold
Well,
War.
You think
Black Ops Cold War?
You think he might get a nominee for Outer Worlds?
That came out last year, but it came out late. It came out late last year, so maybe.
Nah, it was at the Game Awards last year though. Nags. Outer Worlds was. I think it won Best Narrative. Believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
DLC came out for it, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, it's been a.
They could get something.
How about Doom Eternal for Best FPS?
Oh, Doom Eternal. Yeah, 100%. I know.
I know who's going to win next year.
Nominated at the least.
Yeah. That's no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Halo's going to win next year.
Best platformer. I think it'll be Crash.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, once again, it's just like 2020, just one giant like blank. You're just like, what platformers came out this year?
Crash
Bandicoot.
Into a ditch. Just playing.
Best beat 'em up.
Oh, I mean, Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah, because they feel like this year was like a resurgence of beat 'em ups. So, but Streets of Rage 4 was like the leader, so I would have to go with that.
Yeah, Streets of Rage 4. People posting combo videos from a beat 'em up. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all want to see a motherfucking Infinite?
There's going to be a best award for top esports competitor.
Oh, that's all you guys. I don't pay attention.
I'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Sonic Fox.
That's going to be like all the Sonic Fox. All the esports were canceled, so no Evo for you. Of course, that was thanks to Mr. Wizard.
Ninja.
Biggest controversy of the year. Joey Cuellar is a creeper, and Evo got canceled because of it.
Yeah, but there's other massive scenes that are completely online.
Mm-hmm. Like Capcom Pro Tour and everything else.
I just don't know them.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Sonic Fox. There's your esports guy. Just give it to him again.
So he can go up there in his damn furry head again.
He's like the embodiment of a fighting game character because he's the best esports competitor of a fighting games, and he's a black gay furry. And it's like, that's very diverse. He's like diverse in, if you look at a picture of a dictionary, he would be right there.
Diverse. If you looked at the picture of a dictionary, he'd be in it. Zap Brannigan. Oh man, and, we're gonna end up having bias because if you go like, hey, who's the best? What would they call it now? Online community or online persona? I'd be like, well, it's Maximilian.
Yeah.
Yep.
Content creator of the year is what it is.
Content
It'll probably be Pokimane.
Why?
Because she actually had a congresswoman on her stream.
Oh my god. Cool. She did one thing. So what?
Yeah, you know what Max did though on the night that happened? He pretended
Max had a
like,
kid
Bill
and
Clinton.
named it after the heroine from the Alien movies.
He did. He did.
That's
very
way
good.
cooler.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But I'm saying on the night that Pokimane had AOC on her channel, Max like said, "I'm gonna have Bill Clinton on the channel," and he has like somebody on there with like Bill Clinton's picture, but it had someone's lips superimposed, like I did with Iggy for our 500th video of "Be My Friend." It was my lips. So he did the same thing with like Bill Clinton and stuff like that. Then he had Arnold on and a bunch of other people. It was kind of funny. I'm like, okay, this is way more entertaining than AOC. But like I said, it'll probably be Pokimane. I'm trying to like bias the side, just say, yeah, it's gonna be Pokimane. It ain't gonna be Ninja, that's for sure.
Yeah,
know why
but you know,
he would ever win anything.
give him 12 months and he'll get comeback content creator of the year.
Yeah, he will.
Or just, not come back because he made buku dollars not doing anything.
Yeah.
I know. Like, we could sit on a stream and be like, "Oh yeah, Ninja, what a turd!" And like he's laughing all the way to the bank.
Yes, he is.
We are wasting our breath trying to say whether he's cool or not because he's fucking rich as shit, and he did it doing fucking nothing and playing video games.
Yep.
It's definitely not Dr. Disrespect.
Jealous much? Much too much.
Is he?
No,
has he found a platform yet?
I would not be able. Dr. Disrespect supposedly is getting in with YouTube. That was what last I heard.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anything since. And they still haven't explained what exactly got his channel banned.
I think it's just a legal disagreement with Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
That they're being kind of poo-poo about. But there was probably something in his contract or in the nature of the agreement, what as a streamer, that means he can't say anything about it or they can come at him for it. So it just sits there in silence.
Let all of his fans speculate for him.
He ate a dick. Oh man. What are known categories? Your best indie game? Among Us.
That is an indie game? Okay. Call it that. I don't know. Did Untitled Goose Game come out this year? Because that could be also best indie game.
No, it was last year.
Yeah, because they made the Muppets thing after
they
that.
made fun of it on the Muppets.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, Among Us is made by American game studio Inner Sloth. That's totally indie.
Totally indie. Alright, yeah, it'll definitely be Among Us. Like, any category that game's in is probably gonna win it. Because it's everywhere.
Oh my god, it'll fade away like... Hopefully Fortnite will soon.
Yeah, you don't hear much about that anymore.
Because it's hot and garbage. It's always been hot garbage.
You heard it here on Sleepy Bear Games. Fortnite is hot garbage, even though he has said it multiple times on many streams. If you watch our channel, twitch.tv/SleepyBearGames.
I'll say it every stream if I have to.
I think you have almost said it every stream if you have to.
Saying it.
Just try it.
It's just fucking garbage.
Any other categories? I mean, we did best FPS. I was going to say best shooter, but I'm like, nah, it could be under best FPS.
That I can think of? No.
The categories are so strange now.
Yeah. I think they're really reaching with a lot of them.
Well, the lines between games have been so blurred.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have broad sweeping categories like action and adventure, which can be everything from Dragon Age to 35 minutes of Miles Morales.
Game of the year: Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
Nominated next to Resident Evil 3, which cut out the clock tower.
Rambo Scroat.
Which are about the same length.
Rambo Scroat, you mean when like Cassie Cage punches him in there and it does the X-ray thing where it shows his scrote getting shattered?
Ouch.
It really is ouch. I remember Marshawn Lynch like walked off the set of Conan O'Brien when they were playing MKX and she did that. And he was just like, I'm out. See ya. That's also where I get when you shoot somebody at close range and I go, point blank in broad daylight. That's where I got that quote from, Marshawn Lynch. God, speaking of football, I mean, I got my ass kicked in fantasy today because fucking Russell Wilson was hot garbage as well. He was Fortnite today. Got me 3 whole points.
I'm playing.
Ooh.
I'm playing for next year, so
Yeah. It's pretty much me. Even that James Robinson pickup, woo.
I can't. Yeah, I'm tapped. I'll gladly give my opinions on what the categories winners could be once they release the categories and nominees.
Yeah, so let's just go with it and end it on this note. Everybody's game of the year prediction, and we'll start with you, Tang.
Game of the year: Doom Eternal.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, no surprise from me.
Even though I haven't played it, Last of Us 2.
All right, then. The dishes have concurred.
I remember a lot of people got angry when Last of Us 2 came out.
Yeah, they did. For a certain reason.
I got mad because there was a sex scene.
They also got mad at a certain voice actors.
There's a sex scene in here. You need to give me preparation so I can be alone when I'm playing that part and jerk off.
I mean, you look at the trailers where it was like, you know, somebody's getting beaten with a hammer and stuff like that. That was also the infamous trailer where I was like, the arms on that chick. And then Iggy changed my name to a friend of ours who was obsessed with big women.
That's what Ray said.
Santa Claus? Scott Calvin?
Papo Gijo. Alright, so Doom Eternal for Tang. That way. FF7 Remake for me.
The Last of Us 2 was Jeremy's call.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You have heard it here. Alright, folks, this will wrap up another edition of Bears and Chairs. Look forward to seeing if our Game of the Years win for a Video Game Awards nominees, and if they ever release the categories with the nominees as well. Nominees and categories being released. That's
we'll add some predictions in the comments.
Yes, add some predictions in the comments and check out the Discord as well, and we'll talk about it on the Discord with you know, who's going to win what, and then people are going to be mad about what actually wins. All right, folks, it's been fun.
See you next time on The Price is Right.
See you next month for another Bears and Chairs.
Hang up.
Bears and Chairs.